Hello RedHawks Nation, my name is Leah Pauls. Welcome to the RedHawks 360 Broadcast Studio, your source for morning news.
And I'm Carter Lowen. Here are your announcements for Monday, January 27th, day 3 on the school calendar.
The grade 9 to 12s and grade 3s have intramurals today.
Exams taking place today are Social Studies 10, ELA 20, and Canadian History 30. All the best, students.
This morning, our school welcomes the Fabu Doki drumming team. For artists in the school, there will be a drumming presentation for the grade K-8 students in the gym at 9:30.
Our JV boys basketball team traveled to Gladstone this weekend for a tournament. The team was defeated by MacGregor and Minnedosa on Friday night, but on Saturday the team came out and defeated Glenella. Great work, team.
Our high school students attended Activate this past December. Located on Portage Avenue in Winnipeg, Activate is a real-life video game experience.
Yesterday, the top 50 players worldwide competed in the Tournament of Champions at Activate. Among those competing was our very own Mr. Jared Dewick. Other RedHawks alumni who competed in the tournament were Darcy Friesen, Kristen Dewick, and Michael Friesen.
And on this day, 75 years ago, Soviet forces swept across Poland from the east and liberated Auschwitz. The Nazi camps where 1.3 million people were enslaved, and 1.1 million among them were systematically eliminated during World War II.
Today, we remember those who suffered and those whose lives were taken in the largest genocide the world has ever seen. The following video from Global News commemorates this historic day.
This isn't Joseph Gottdenker's first trip to Poland. He's called Canada home since the 1960s, but it was in Poland back in 1942 where Gottdenker's story began.
It was right in the middle of World War II. My mother had false ID. My dad by that time was already in concentration camp.
Gottdenker likely would not have survived had it not been for the heroism of a young Catholic couple who, risking death, agreed to take a Jewish baby in as their own. Gottdenker's parents survived the war. His mother found refuge in the Polish underground, but nearly every other Jewish person in their village was rounded up by the Nazis.
It was made what they call Judenfrei, which was free of Jews. So at that time, they either went to the aircraft factory that was nearby, to the forest and executed, or to Auschwitz.
Though he'll never know for sure, Gottdenker suspects many of his relatives, grandparents, cousins, uncles and aunts died at the Nazi death camp, among the estimated 1.1 million Jews murdered here. 75 years later, the number of survivors are dwindling, but those who are able to have returned to Poland once again. They gathered on Saturday night in Krakow's Jewish district for a candle lighting service.
Which was a really incredibly moving experience. There were, I think, about 10 or 15 survivors who were present. The oldest one was 100 years old, and the youngest one, I'm told, was about 74, and she was born actually in Auschwitz.
13 Canadians will be among the group of survivors taking part in a somber ceremony planned for Monday, which will also be attended by Canada's Governor General.
Some of them they're coming back for the first time in 75 years. Can you imagine?
Julie Payette says their courage to return to the site of so much pain is humbling, an important reminder of how we all must never forget.
It is our duty, all of us, to remember and to stand against hatred, against racism, against anti-Semitism, always.
Heather Urex West, Global News.
That's all we have for you today. This is Leah and Carter signing off.